So when it comes to velocity time graph, on x-axis we represent time and on y-axis we represent velocity. Let the curve be like this. So slope of the curve gives us acceleration, and area below the curve gives us distance or displacement. Now, if the graph of velocity time graph is a straight line, what does it shows? That with equal changes in velocity, with equal changes in time, the velocity is increasing. That means the acceleration is uniform. And if we see area below this graph, it is showing us the distance traveled or the displacement of body. Now many of you might be thinking, what is the difference between distance and displacement? We'll understand it with another graph. This is the graph. This is time t is equal to 0. This is time t is equal to t1. And this is the time t is equal to t2. This is velocity v1 here. And here the velocity is v2. Now, if it comes to finding acceleration, then we can see that as the time is increasing, the velocity of the body is reducing. That means the body is de-accelerating. If suppose I ask you to find acceleration at time t is equal to t naught, then acceleration is slope of the curve, and slope, formula for slope is difference of y coordinates divided by difference of x coordinates. So this is the final y2 thing, and this is your initial y1, this is your final time, and this is your initial time. So acceleration will be, let the velocity here be v naught. Acceleration will be v naught minus v1 by t naught minus 0. Okay. And suppose I ask you to find the total distance traveled and the displacement of the body from time t is equal to 0 to time t is equal to t2. How will you get that? Distance traveled will be equal to, let us call this as triangle 1 and this as triangle 2. So distance traveled will be summation of the areas of triangle 1 and 2. Whereas in case of displacement, as we have already discussed, displacement is a vector quantity. So displacement will be area of triangle 1 minus area of triangle 2. Why we are subtracting this? Because it is lying below the x-axis. So this is how you will understand the difference between distance and displacement. So whenever you have any curve, by using the slope formula you can find acceleration, and by using the area formula you can find distance traveled or displacement.